Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. Maybe 3v3 for you all here on Angamundi, a pretty basic 3v3 map from Company Heroes 2. Let's go through the players, it's a Western Front battle. Representing the Allies, we have Deviant going straight at the gate for Ranger Company for the United States of America, Professor as Rifle Company, and YD Whites on Matt's Warbringer without a commander choice yet for the United States. So, triple United States, that's going to be a lot of rifles. Representing the Germans. We have Chewie going straight out the gate with Infanterie Division for the Wehrmacht, going for basic 1-1-1 start. We have Muru going out the gate with Sturm Tactics for the Waffen-SS, going for some Sturm Grenadiers into Wallonien, so I guess an SS 1-1-1. And then we have Q, also as the Waffen-SS without a commander choice yet. Q, is my understanding, likes to wait until they pick their commands a little bit in, so I guess that's how they play, which is fine. We also have Mr. Byway going for Rangers, double Ranger and Rifle. That is a lot of potential damage the Americans can inflict. Ranger is very elite and can get the Jumbo Sherman, while Rifle can flood the map with, well, rifles. As you would kind of guess. Like, the American riflemen are pretty damn good. Germans are moving up. Oh, Q has picked a commander. Looks like it is Panzerjäger, so they picked a commander early. Could be interesting. And first shots are fired here. Pioneers are going to try and hold off against the Americans here. Not going to be an easy thing to do, but the Re-Echelon are taking losses. Sturm Grenadiers have shown themselves now. Wallonien is coming up behind to support. Germans could win that engagement depending on how things turn out. And while we have the Grenadiers moving up on this flank. Gotta get some flanking shots soon on these riflemen, I feel. The Americans have set up inside this building, which provides a very good overwatch point. But the fight is going to be very intense in the center, I feel. One American rifleman down. Ooh, that sucks. Several Wallonians have been called in to supplement the front line for the Germans. Meanwhile, we have some SS Grenadier arriving for the Panzerjäger. Cheaper units available to you if you're playing as Panzerjäger. Ooh, we have the 29th. Blue and Grey trying to flank up here. These are cheap American riflemen if you're playing as US Rifle, but they are easier to hit. So they are they suffer how many losses basically in prolonged engagements, as you can see. The Wallonians and the Sturm Grenadiers getting some very good shots here. American riflemen trying to come up on this flank. Just trying to provide enough. Oh, good shots there from the flank from the American riflemen. Ooh, that's some very nice shots. And we have a firefight going on here. Pineapple going into the building. Also, the Sturm Pioneers run. The SS Grenadiers have to get behind cover. Americans get behind cover as well. A lot of movement going on here. It's nice to see. In a prolonged cover-to-cover fighting, though, I think the Germans have the upper hand, depending on the range. One Flasher managed to get off here. 30 cal has been prepared by the United States. They're probably going to put it inside the building when the fire clears. Oh, if you're not into it yet, it's still on fire. Oh, looks like the machine gun is going in. Well, preparing to go in anyway. And once the machine gun is inside, that's going to be very hard for the Germans to come back from. Ooh, clean the cover, very smart. Sturm Grenadiers hand out to the Wallonians here. 30 cal hand out to these Americans. Unique upgrade to the rifleman if you're playing as US Rifle. Really improves their firepower tremendously. But the 30 cal here will definitely make this area very hard for the Germans to take. At least with infantry. And while the Americans are still getting a lot of fire from this angle. SS Grenadiers are doing their best to hold this flank. But they have to pull back as more Americans show up. One Grenadier down.
Rifle squad ready for action.
But the Americans have secured this point. 30 cal all set up here for the Americans inside that building. This says we are going to have several machine guns. MT-34 has set up for the Waffen-SS. Manned by stormtroopers when you're playing as Sturm. So the crew, I believe, is very skilled at fending off attackers. SS is preparing to take up by looks of it. Looks like the Panzerjägers have already done it. One Grenadier has already been down with an MG-34 to supplement their firepower. So we have a Ranger demo team arriving, sneaking up.
One trucks.
Up to secure the point. Maybe we'll hit an MG42 there for the Wehrmacht. And another MG42 here. Double MG42s. Lots of firepower right there. Blue and grey trying to move up along this angle, throwing a small smoke grenade. They want to take the point. But the MG34 could just open to attack ground on the territory. Another smoke grenade going out. Grenade going out from the Vallonians, it's an instant grenade. And as the smoke clears, that's gonna be a nightmare for these blue and grey.
Our riflemen are now trained in long range.
Yeah, I don't think they'll last for long. Yeah, one down out there already.
We just lost a unit.
Eva rank here for the United States. This blue and grey is doing surprisingly well thanks to the heavy cover. And now we'll go inside the building. Ooh, almost killing those Storm Pioneers, and the Storm Pioneers go down.
We've lost a squad of
Ranger Recon has been spotted. They have to keep laying low. 84 is trying to shred the area.
The lieutenant has been assigned to field ops.
So the 30 cal is stopping this MG. MG34 still keeping the Americans at bay here. Rifleman going out, it might have overshot. Yeah, that overshot. The Americans still have plenty of riflemen to hold the center here. Water running for the Panzerjägers. That's chilling the northern American flank. Deep one down. Americans turn this into a Fort HQ, okay. Looks like they'll be operating from there. Now, if you think these things could do, these ranges. Oh, ooh, they're being armed with a recoilless rifle with Willie P. That's actually a good weapon against an entrenched machine gun. If they can like get up on the flank here and then shoot the building, that might clear them out. More Americans are moving around. Yeah, lots of Rangers on the field. And well, the Storm Gunners are holding here the best they can. MG34 setting up. Fighting position being prepared. Here comes the Vallonians armed with their Sturmgewehrs. Hopefully the Americans will win that firefight in the long run. We also have a 2-2. Well, 2-1, becoming a 2-2 shortly with the autocannon. Oh, they're smoking the front line. Very smart. And then the Storm Pioneers will rush up with their flamethrower. That's a very smart way of doing it. 2-2 is now around. Make it very difficult. But the riflemen, they are stopping them from getting around. Because the Storm Pioneers are making a run for it. Mortar shells did destroy that building, though. 2-2 took a rifle grenade. It's been immobilized, but it's still operational to fire. No, it's not. The gun is out. Americans are suffering heavy losses, though. 2-2 is down. Vallonians are doing their best here. Using their Sturmgewehrs. But that's a lot of 30 cals right there, with a lieutenant right behind them. That's a lot of firepower the Americans are pouring into this area. Fire superiority at the extreme. Some of the Americans excelled in World War II, and I believe basically most wars since. And the 42 though is holding this flank pretty well. Panzerbüchse is present here alongside the MG42. They'll start spreading through the Americans on that angle. And will the mortars keep landing on this flank? As an Untersturmführer arrives for the Panzerjägers. And the 17 SS Panzergrenadiers on the field. One of my favorite units in the mod, honestly. These Panzergrenadiers can be armed with MG42s with 100 rounds. And a lot of other cool equipment. Just a really cool unit overall, I think. I really enjoyed those Panzergrenadiers. We need to see more of the Panzergrenadiers that have the MGs. Flank is mostly secure. We do have a half-track with Rangers arriving here. Ready to push through the German lines. We're already being out with a slow-fire BAR. Ooh, American Lieutenant taking some big shots there. He has to pull back. Artillery called in by the Americans. Looks like this is Willie Pete. White phosphorus. To obscure their approach and to kill any Germans. Mthis has to be careful here. Need to get rid of that 30 cal, that's for damn sure. As this Untersturmführer is definitely taking some big hits. I don't think it's going to survive that. You know, the Americans are securing the central point here. Thanks to the Ranger demo team. Most of you, they call in artillery. Playing out the machine gun, and that might be the opening the Germans were waiting for. As now they have a Panzergrenadier squad nearby. Playing forward to retreat. Looks like there's too many Americans still. Oh, grenade kills them. Oh, that's expensive. A2 Sherman around for the American rifle. Looks like the Ranger Recon team got killed. They're trying to grab the Willie Pete. But this bunker is keeping them at bay. Well, in a pretty good position actually with that MG42. Range is moving up. Lots of machine guns scattered around here. You have a Panzer F1 arriving. That'll deal with the half-track easy. You also have a pack nearby. Yeah, half-track down. Rangers have to get out of there. Untersturmführer on this flank still from the Germans. More Americans are pushing up with the blue and grey here, providing a very cheap way to assault. MD-34 might be in trouble there, it's already been suppressed. Untersturmführer is trying to flank the blue and grey. Looks like he will succeed fans as support here. But here's the Sherman. Germans only have one pack. You have the F1. I don't think the F1 will do well against an A2. You know, the Panzerjägers have managed to push through up here with the Grenadiers. And some Sturmgrenadiers with the Sturmgewehr. Which is the unique upgrade for them if you're playing as Panzerjäger, actually. And the Sturmgewehrs for them, which is pretty powerful. A2 is relocating northwards. Panzerjäger infantry does have Panzerfaust, so the German has to be careful. Machine guns opening fire now on the Grenadiers, force them to run. Pack on the flank here, can almost hit, but not quite. We also have an actual Panzerjäger here with two Panzerschrecks. Unique Panzerjäger squad available to the SS Panzerjäger commander. Arrives for 2 instead of 1, and they are 4 man instead of 3 man. Missed both shots though. You don't want to stand out in the open when you use these things. Oh, good shot though from the flank for the other Panzerjäger. I think that Sherman is basically gone. Takes a while to reload that thing. And they're not firing. You didn't want to have them behind cover. You don't want to be out in the open when you use the Panzerschreck. Or under fire. Untersturmführer is killing this squad though. Well, pretty good job, Untersturmführer. Just the Germans have stolen the American AT gun. Germans are grabbing every piece of equipment they can. Artillery being called in these American riflemen. Force them to scatter and get out of there. Storm Pioneers are being stopped there. Grenades are hitting the barrel thing. Not sure what this is. A silo. 30 cals are ripping through them as they retreat though. So the Sherman did manage to get saved though. Second A2 in the well as well as a Scott. No armor yet for the other. So we do have a Stuart and an A2 arriving for one of the Rangers. They will provide some firepower to help supplement their force. Ooh. Also, we have incendiary mortar shells landing from the SS Panzerjägers. Pulling back after the volley. Need some infantry support. Here comes the Grenadiers to supplement. And with the MG34 to help hold the front line. They are going to have to deal with some Rangers though. And with Thompsons and Carbines. It's a very assault oriented. Why is there no sound in this unit? There we go, now they had sound again, that was awkward. All the shells are landing around for the Americans. MD42 so suppressing the Americans here. Trying to get off a Willie Pete shot. It obscures the bunker somewhat. But 80 guns gets the bunker anyway. But there's still the MG34 here and the other MG42 from this Grenadier squad. Rangers up here, but the Panzerjägers are waiting. Oh, that's not the way you want to do it. They're too close. Oh, he attacked grounded. Very smart. But they dropped both the Panzerschrecks. Which is technically not bad, because the Germans could grab them. So it looks like they will. The Sturm Grenadiers are going to move to grab one, I feel. One mortar down, though. And now we have a Sturm Grenadier with a Panzerschreck and Sturmgewehrs. Very potent squad. Nice, and that should basically taken out. When it has machine guns left. It's actually mobilized, I feel. Yeah, it's immobilized. It's stuck. And that Sherman is gone.
A medium tank was just lost.
Sofia could probably rush up and get a Panzerschreck for himself. Another A2 has arrived though. Sturm Pioneers don't have the weapon slots to grab it, however. Grenadiers moving up here to try and hold the front line again. There might be too much firepower for them to handle. Yet they're being suppressed. Yep, Untersturmführer grabbed it, and the Ranger squad is getting down. That's a very potent Untersturmführer, and if he has a Panzerschreck. White phosphorus shells landing. Ooh, probably should not move forward while there's white phosphorus in the area. Already hurting the AT team. Two Pioneers rushing up. They can take out that AT gun in seconds. Yep. Very good job there with the MP40s and the flamethrower. Tanks are forming up though. We have a good line. That's a Kettenwerfer actually. Very good weapon. They can hit. The infantry flank is not doing too much. They're just trying to dig in and hold. Supplementing the center really. But much of the fight is going on the northern flank right now. Because the center has just been a hotbed for it. But the southern flank is kind of quiet. So the Grenadiers might make an attempt for it, but they're gonna notice that the place is just completely fortified. All the angles are covered anyway. Yeah.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
We have lost a Granatwerfer squad.
They're still trying to secure the center here, but they're under a lot of fire. Water pulling back. We also have some more Rangers here. Trying to get close to the Untersturmführer. Pressing him, so he's basically gone. Yeah, Rangers are pretty damn good at their job, as you would expect. White Panzer-Sherman arriving here. Unique tank available to SS Panzerjäger. Basically a stolen Sherman. Here's a Sturmgrenadier with the Panzerschreck and the Sturmgewehrs. And we have another 17 SS on the field here. Oh, are they gonna get double MG42? Please tell me he notices that thing is there. Because if so, that's gonna be a very potent long-range squad. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, I love double MG42 in the squad. That is a lot of firepower. Put that squad inside a building, and they'll rip anything that approaches the threats. Infantry-wise. Remember, you cannot fire the MG42 on the move. You need to be in a very good stationary position. Oh, that's not good. That's a cycle charge. Yeah, that's probably better for the Mthis there. Scott in the center here to provide some fire support for the United States. Used as a small howitzer, basically. And Panzer is digging in. Pretty good angle here with their double MGs. They'll stop any infantry. I'm gonna lose in this engagement. Oh, no, never mind. That's why the Scott is there. Incendiary rocket missed. Undershot briefly. Rangers waiting at this angle. So we might have an engagement down here. Those Storm Pioneers, well, not Pioneers, but Pioneers are gonna be in trouble. Yeah, mowed down in seconds by the Rangers. But there's some Jaegers too. Looks like the Rangers are pulling back. Up here, the Boy, the Panzer's pushing up. And these blue and grey not going to do well. Oh, yeah, being targeted by a lot. Another Ranger squad here. You don't want to push into Sturmgewehrs though, as you can see. Yeah, I don't think the American front line on that flank is doing too well. We have double heads that's coming out. Diminutive little Panzerjäger units. They're only pretty useful. I personally like the Hetzer. It's a very nice tank, but it has a little bit of a hit and miss reputation for a lot of people. Doesn't have a lot of HP, but it has pretty decent armor. It should have better armor, I feel, but that's not my opinion. That's just my opinion, I mean. Oh, ammo rack from the 57 on the Boy Panzer. Very nice. Goes with another. No, that's the Sherman 76 arriving now for the American Rangers. Probably needed it. Jumbo coming out for the other Ranger. Meanwhile, lots of artillery is landing here. From where? Oh, a howitzer here from Sturm. Sturm Tiger also coming out. Basically, what you always expect in like a team game when you have Sturm on the team. Sturm Tiger will generally be able to turn the tide of a battle, especially in team games. That thing can just devastate an allied force so well. One hit suppressed there. There's some fighting in the center here again with the Americans and the SS. High explosive shield on the pack. And looks like it overshot. I didn't even fire at all. There we go, it shoots, but didn't hit anything. Looks like this American 30 cal might actually win out. Yeah, pack decruits. Meanwhile, the 30 cals are pushing up with their tremendous firepower, suppressing the Vallonians, pinning them. The Americans going full on pushing here on the Boy Panzer. MG42 still trying its best to hold here. Hack has not been able to only target vehicles, so that's probably a bad idea. Boy Panzer moving up. Being smoked. I suppose shield was low. Oh, good shot! Smoke shields land down here. Looks like the Germans are preparing for a push of some kind. Need to act quick though before the smoke clears. If it was them that dropped the smoke, it might not have been. Command Panzer 4GA is trying to take out this fighting position, I feel. Oh, that was the Sturmtiger. Oh, they probably coordinated that, was the plan. That was probably the plan to coordinate that. Back artillery being called in here, though. Right, that's a big artillery, but it's hitting all over the place. Panzer Force in trouble, however. Oh, that's some big shells.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
That's a long tom right near the front line.
We lost an anti-tank.
Yes, that's really devastating. We also have a second long tom being prepared down here. This area would definitely become a hotspot for artillery. And well, the Panzer is pushing up slowly here. They're being called in on them though. Stormtroopers called in as well. Need to keep an eye on this Sturmtiger. It's ready to fire again. Already got its target. Take out the other HQ. I'll definitely deny the Americans some field presence.
Send your orders. All right, you guys, make ready.
What's this? Oh, they got stunned, so they stopped working on the howitzer. German front line's not looking too healthy either. They do have more units at the moment. But the Americans need to push through somewhere. Where's the Jumbo? Did I miss the Jumbo getting killed? I probably did. The Germans are slowly pushing on the northern flank here. They could turn this battle into their favor shortly, especially with that Sturmtiger for support. Probably already ready to fire again. Where is it? Oh, it's pulled all the way back here safely. That's smart. You definitely don't want to have it close to the front line where it could be hit. Looks like the German howitzers in counterbrush. And looks like the long toms trying to take out the German howitzer. Let's see who wins that engagement. I think the German one is far more accurate when it is in counterbarrage. That should win the engagement against the long tom. Dependently. Getting close. The long tom is far too inaccurate, but it's doing a lot of damage. Almost killed the crew there, actually. Oh, but it takes out the long tom. But the Germans win that little artillery engagement. And the smaller the howitzer, the more accurate it is, to my understanding. Caliber-wise. Long tom's still firing, though. Oh, that's a pack howitzer. My bad. Guess I heard a gun firing. We have a Stuk here moving up for the Wehrmacht Infanterie. And a Sturmtiger is relocating down here alongside the Beutepanzer. Trench being set up. And Oberblitz arriving as well to help with repairs and reinforcements. So the Germans are going to do a push on the southern flank here. They just need the infantry. Oh, the Americans are lacking anything to stop the Beutepanzer. They're trying to destroy the gun, I feel. White phosphorus on it, though. That's stunning it. And there goes the Beutepanzer. Sturmtiger firing. Immobilizing the Jumbo, but the Jumbo is still in a pretty good position. They did deny one long tom, though. Oh, penetration on the Sturmtiger. Long tom is on counter barrage. Which might be the end of the German howitzer. Yeah, killing the crew.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
Jumbo is still dangerous here. Just needs sight. Trying to shoot through the terrain. 76 Germans arriving here. Good shot there in the Stuk. And the terrain is fighting up here, but they've been suppressed. Stuttgart took a shot, I mean. Lots of Rangers hiding around. Jumbo coming out for the northern flank. That's what you're having issues against the American 76 Sherman. Overall, the American Sherman should not be underestimated. It's a pretty competent tank. Looks like the Stormseeker is almost ready again. Looks like it's prepared. Jumbo down, he's ready to move again. Jumbo moving up. Probably aiming for this Commander 4J. Or Panzer 4J command tank. Ooh. Penetration from the jump from the Panzer 4, impressive. But the Jumbo wins out thanks to its high armor. Radius quickly rushing up. Doomseeker firing. Aiming up here rather than the Jumbo, I suppose that works. Takes out 2 units instead of 1. Here's the other Jumbo. That could definitely be a problem for the Mthis. The Mthis are very hard to hit. They're a small target. Jumbo went down here thanks to a Panzerfaust, it looks like. Priest arriving for the United States here. Ready to play a sermon.
Armor here.
Quickly taking this away with breakthrough tactics, or we'll decapturing it.
Crew, get ready.
Now the Germans are setting up more force on this flank.
Unit ready. Crew ready.
We're trying to push up here. Ooh, this Stuk might be in trouble. The Sherman 76 is going for it. Just needs sight. One good shot there. Critical hit. Missed. Stuk got the penetration. That might just have saved the Stuk right there by itself. Yep. Stuk saved itself.
A medium tank was just lost.
Not a long time here. Not sure what they're aiming at. Around here. Yeah, definitely they're killing a lot of German units. Oh yeah. Monroe is taking a lot of losses.
Prepare to execute. Contact! Heavy machine gun! Completed! Standing by!
And yes, this is taking a lot of losses. But so the Americans thanks to the Sturmtiger. Where's it gonna fire is the question.
Prepare for action.
Ooh, these mortars might be in trouble because they're gonna get counter barraged shortly.
Back to fighting strength.
You have the long terms of counter barraging them.
Dispatching our base. Taking empty fire. Taking fire! Panzer units taking fire!
Need to be cautious where you decide to fire the Sturmtiger. And the Panzer IVs are getting hit by the pre-shells, immobilizing them. Needs to decide when it wants to fire. Stuk is moving up. Sherman 76 in the way. That's the Sherman's advantage. You don't want to be that close to it. Sturmtiger's firing.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Overshot. Actually, no, it was aiming for this long tom. My bad. Booming got destroyed by the pack. Nice. And Sherman down. Ostwind pushing up with a Jagdpanzer 4 for support.
Relay orders. Infantry neutralized. Regiment advises.
High explosive loaded.
Complete.
Killing the machine gun team. Priest opening fire. Ooh, a lot of action going on here all of a sudden. But the Americans are slowly pushing back while this is happening. Ooh, there's the hits are hiding right here out in the open. Need to target out the Ostwind first, I feel. Oh, but they have a Sherman on the flank. A Jumbo. Turret jammed, although the Jagdpanzer doesn't have a turret. And we'll have Americans, Germans pushing up down here. Jagdpanzer can penetrate the Jumbo pretty reliably. Hetzer trying to get a shot in, but fails. But now the Americans know it's there. But there are double machine guns with via the Panzer Grenadiers. Oh, that's a satchel charge though. Killing the Hetzer.
A medium tank was destroyed. The Battlecruiser headquarters has been destroyed.
Oh, not looking good for the Germans. They're taking a lot of losses now. Very rapid succession. Another Hetzer coming out. The long toms are starting to show their worth. Artillery call in here. We also have the stormtroopers probably calling in the artillery. In a good position here. They're only a very good squad, but they're retreating by the looks of it. Panzer 4 here. Going out some Americans instead of retreating. We're aiming for more long toms. Very nice job. Thompson's trying to dig in. Now the Sherman goes down. Now the building goes down after a long tom shot. Well, that was a priest, I think.
Rifle squad ready for action.
I have to keep track of all the guns here in this 3v3. There's so many big guns being fired.
Prepare yourselves.
And the priest keeps firing in this area, just to deny movement. Meanwhile, the German infantry is preparing to move up. They have a Stu for support. Probably a good choice, but the shells are hitting all the wrecked tanks. Yeah, it's actually killing their own men because of that wreck. Ugh. Probably not the best environment for the Stu while the infantry is in front of it. But it will take out most of the American infantry. Oh, that 3-inch gun though. Stormtroopers pulling up again to oversee the front line. We also have a Jagdpanzer 4 here for the infantry.
Our brave infantry is dying.
Panzer 4 battle group with some heads and supports. Lots of firepower here for the Germans as well as the Sturmtiger. He also has some outclass crawling up behind. And Stormtroopers as well, armed entirely with Sturmgewehrs. Very potent. Close to the Panzer 4 Jace on a hunting mission today. But we do have a Sherman 76 nearby. No penetration. Priest is being targeted. Ooh, Priest direct hit one of them though. Ooh, but Priest goes down. So many big shells here. This entire place being leveled. And yes, for those wondering, the Priest can direct fire. Which is actually surprisingly good. Basically, it fires a 105mm shell. Directly at the target. Never know when that is useful. Jagdpanzer here. Not a lot that I can deal with it frontally at the moment. Also, it's a very low silhouette, so it's technically very hard to hit. The long times are still trying to take out the Germans in some capacity. Panzer 4J is trying on the flank here. There's Jumbo to cover it. Let the fight the J once. But man, it looks like it managed to get out of there. Stormtroopers against had to build. That's probably a bad idea, but it might kill some units. Oh, Muru is down at 20 FPS according to what he's saying. Oh, that sucks. So much is happening here. Scott takes a good shot there, killing off more stormtroopers. We have an F8 here. Another Sherman down.
We just lost a medium tank.
Both sides are taking tremendous losses here. Doing this industrial symphony. And speaking of the symphony, we have a telephone pole dancing to the symphony. What grace! What beauty! And there it goes. Oh, I feel sorry for this industrial sector. It's been completely leveled to the ground. Yeah, Mthis is trying to push up. There's just too much artillery going on. They can still repair this Storm Teague in time. Repairing its engine. There we go. Better to see 3 Storm Teague now, actually. But all the long times are trying to target it down.
Anti-tank gun, ready for action.
We also have a long time from the other Ranger player. Okay. So much more artillery. And the double MT-42 Panzer Grenadiers are still holding here. So many shells.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
Just need the rifle division to call in more priests, and that's happening. And the symphony can be continued with its sermons as well. That's for Jason Trouble, already taken out. Jagdpanzer trying to move up here. Double jump on the northern flank for the United States. Very potent little battle group that can work together. But it is a Jagdpanzer, which is one of the few German vehicles that can reliably beat or fight a Jumbo. But the Jumbo still has very high armor, as you can see. It actually has more armor than the Jagdpanzer. Not by much, but it does, actually. Oh, good, there's a flank on... Oh, they have Panzer straight on the flank here, nice. I'll go for this Jumbo. Yeah, one Jumbo down. This Jumbo probably needs to pull back for repairs. Stormtroopers are moving up again. Another Panzer 4J. Just lots of Panzer 4Js being called in at this point. This entire place is just getting shelled to hell anyway. Here's the second priest. Arriving ready and equipped for the sermons. That Stu might be in trouble. Yep, lost its gun. Oh, artillery being called here by the Aufsturmführer. Like he's aiming for this area. Yeah, the Storm Grenadiers are preparing behind. Hans 4J pushing up again. American Recon Squad, though, is zeroing in. Sherman 76 pulling back. But the Panzer 4Js keep driving up. But they're going on the offensive at the moment, or trying to. Ooh, turret jammed on one of them. Artillery landing from all sides here. And the Panzer, the Sturmtiger probably has to be very cautious when it wants to fire. What's it aiming at? I suppose it's okay. I'm not an expert at using the Sturmtiger, so don't ask me. The Jumbo seems to be ready again. Another Panzer IV down. Looks like American industry is just pulling out the victory here for the United States. At least for now. I don't think the Germans can keep up this attrition rate. Ooh, another squad down to another shell from the long toms. The Germans need to find a way to push through, or they're just going to lose in the end, I feel like at this point. Because the Americans are just attritioning out the Germans. At least it feels that way to me. And just throwing Panzer IVs at the problem is not going to solve it. Ooh, Rangers are coming up here. Very sacrificial of the Rangers, though. The Americans just trying to find a way to push in. Scott took a hit there. Germans still have a lot of forces down here. Just need to pull through. Lots of Jagdpanzers being prepared here. Germans have to push up against the Jagdpanzer IV. That's not going to work. Jagdpanzer IV is way too frontally armored with way too good of a gun. Jumbo is pushing forward, however. Another trench cleared. Going for the Jumbo, very risky. Ooh, it's close enough to penetrate it reliably, though. And Jumbo down. Ooh, penetration from the 3-inch, though. And Jagdpanzer down. Jumbo on the southern flank. Jagdpanzer moving up. Got a crew daze there. The Jagdpanzer will do way better in that hold down position it's in. Jumbo has to pull back. Sturmtiger hits the center by looks of it. More Rangers pushing up here. And Panzer IV battle group moving up as well with their Panzer IV Js. But the problem with the German commander choices, they don't really get anything too heavy that can fight the Germans frontally. The Panzer IV Js will definitely not do the job that well. The Panzer IV, the Jagdpanzer IVs, however, will do decently. They're just not cost efficient, I believe. Why the Panzers being called in to try and alleviate the problem. But I think the Panzer IV Js will just not suffice against the Germans. They will try their best, though. And if properly supported, they will do a lot of work. More shells landing. American Rangers are pushing up. Oh, Stormtrooper's trying to get in. No, Panzer is trying to intercept here. Intercepting with the MP4, just looks like it worked. Trying to grab this MP42. Very nice. You have an Aufklar right here reporting in the locations of the Americans. Allowing them to basically see what the Americans have the front line here. Tanks have very low detection rate for recon units, as you can see. It's like they have no idea those Aufklars are right there. Oh, the Germans are pushing through the southern flank, though. Looks like they're preparing for a big assault. Jumbo has been mobilized to try and hold back. Good job with the Aufklar spotting for the Kettenwerfer. Oh, they've now been spotted due to the battlefield flare. Big German assault down here. Ostwind's pushing in. Ostwind's probably not the best choice against tanks. Black Panzer down as well.
One of our panzers has been destroyed.
It looks like the Americans are gonna repulse this. Yeah, the Boider Panzer Germans are just not going to do a lot of work here. I think the Americans just need to find a way to push the assault now. They have an opening. Sturmtiger is ready again, it just needs a target. Most of the Americans are just going to push up now, or try to. The Germans have no backlines. Sturmtiger's firing. Ooh, that didn't actually kill a lot. Probably not the best one. Ooh, one Panzer IV down to a long-term shot. The Germans are losing so many units here at the moment, by the way. I think the Americans are basically pushing across the entire front line if they can. Not up here, though. Yeah, the Germans are just trying to pull through all the ways they can find. The Jagdpanzer's got a flank. Driver injured. And the Jumbo's gonna move into the intercept. The Germans just fired too fast. And so much action going on here. Another Jumbo down. Another Jumbo immobilized. Yeah, because just need more infantry in the field as well. Recon teams are still scattered around here for the rifle company. Jaegers are pushing up here and clearing out some AT guns. The Americans need more infantry. German 76 trying to push up here. This is a lot of wreckage in this map. Holy shit. This is a lot of wrecks in a small area. Holy shit. That's why 3-3s and 44s can be quite intense. Yeah, Panzer IV against the 76, not the best fight, but good for Kittenwerfer pushing up. It's gonna force the 76 to pull back. Smoking its retreat. We also have a Jumbo here in the flank. Autos trying to push up to Panzerfausted. No penetration. Very hard to fight against the Jumbo frontally. Recon team's pushing up here. Probably not the best choice. Out in the open, that is. But they are being suppressed thanks. They are suppressed the Ballonians thanks to the German there. Jagdpanzer on the southern flank. Sturmtiger is ready again. Ballonian battle group calling with MP-34s. More American troops are coming in. Sturmtiger firing. Good shot, but only mobilized the German 76. You know, the Rangers are pushing up. And the German base is just being shelled into ruin at this point. But the Germans are pushing back on the southern flank here thanks to the infantry. The Americans are getting more riflemen out as they should. Getting rid of Mike, killed this German. Taking a while to reload, aren't they? Oh, they only got the gun. Jumbo arriving. One Sherman down there though. But the Sherman train continues in. The Americans can keep this up. The Germans can when it comes to tank production. Yeah, Panzer IV J's are not that armored. You need Panzer IV H's, which not all German commanders get. You're also trying to fight Shermans, which is not the easiest tank to fight. Germans are pretty decent. Jäger support and the Jagdpanzer is definitely a good combination. Oh, they destroyed the cover though. That's not good. Ooh, wind engagement. Looks like the Jumbo's backing off. I really don't know who's winning this. It's very brutal on both sides. Ooh, the 76 doesn't have any top-mounted machine gun at the moment. One American riflemen are pushing up. But the Jägers are slowly killing them. Using MG34s and Sturm Gewehrs, but they're pulling back. Sturm took a shot. Taking out this section of the American front. Jumbo's pushing it. Jumbo is more accurate on the move, so it can assault. Ooh, but I think the Jagdpanzer might win this. No! Ooh! Oh my god, both sides are not penetrating! Oh, I think the Americans lose this one. Oh, the frontal arm on both sides is just immense here. So many Jagdpanzers. G being called in by the Waffen now. Oh, a long Tom somewhere. Right there.
Rear echelon troops on the front line.
Well, the Rangers is trying to push up on the northern flank here. Trying to see what all the Wallonians have been called in to replace the German losses. Instant grenade going out. Scares off the Rangers. That Sherman might be in trouble. Oh yeah, hitting the engine block. And just shoots it down.
We just lost a medium tank.
Priest is opening fire still. An insanely long match we have going on here. We're sitting up behind this destroyed Scott, but the ND42 and these Panzer Grenadiers is keeping them at bay. Oh, Bazooka hits the Jagdpanzer. Stucci might actually be a better choice than the Panzer IV GA. It just cannot flank. Well, it's not as good as flanking. It just is a lot more defensive of unit. And the artillery is still becoming a big problem for the Germans. Tiger has gotten a lot of kills though, as you would kind of expect. Panzer is doing a good job here, keeping the Americans at bay. Throwing a blank forward to pull back safely. Jägers on the flank here. They'll definitely kill those Americans at range. Oh, they've been suppressed though. Priest is moving up. Like, I know you can use it for direct fire, but that is kind of risky. It does also have a 50 count up, so I suppose she'll load it. Looks like he might have to cancel that. Longstrew's moving up with the Jagdpanzer. Like, American Rifle have a lot of manpower build-up. You could just get a lot of riflemen out there to help. Like, the Allies need the supports. They need the infantry on the field. Like, I know I shouldn't backseat game, but it's very hard not to sometimes. I know how hard it is to spend all your resources when you're trying to concentrate. I'm usually in that problem myself, where I have too many floating resources and I don't realize I do. Jumbo's in trouble here. Breeze goes down. The battle has been going on so long we have double music going on. That's how destroyed this 3v3 is. Stormtroopers is pushing up here. High explosive loader on the AT guns. Artillery call in there. I think the Germans are winning this. It's hard to tell. But the German HQ up here is kind of being destroyed by prolonged artillery fire. So the central German front is kind of stabilizing, and the southern one is slowly being opened. And the Germans have a lot of veteran infantry down here they can utilize to secure the southern flank. Some banter between the German players, and there goes all of the first SS base. Jumbo's doing its best here. Good job from the Stuk. Lots of AT guns still for the Americans on the southern flank. I don't think they'll do a lot without proper support. Especially when these German infantry gets in on the action. Likely around here. They don't want to walk out in the open though. These things too can load high explosives. They are trying to load them. And that's 1-1 there. You want to spread out, you don't want to be clumped up. Oh, good Sturmtiger shot though. And the Industrial Symphony continues. 105 Shermans arriving shortly for the Rifle Division. Basically Sherman with a 105 howitzer mounted on it instead of a 76 or 75mm gun. Lorne is pushing up here. Luke's pushing up for support as well. Wir schaffen einen Rakettenwerfer. Oh, Germans have cut off the munitions though, that's a big deal. The Americans need the munitions to keep up their bombardments. Black being set up to try and keep it under German control. And Germans are trying to push up here meanwhile. Riflemen are pushing up this way. And it looks like the Americans are somewhat petering out with their units. They're just throwing people at the problem now. Another Sturmtiger shot. And the Sturmtiger is just slowly inching back the American front line. Bit by bit. Giving the Germans the time and distance they need. Ooh, Long Tom, though, is still being a problem. As you would kind of expect of Long Tom. Now, the problem with the Jagdpanzer is it only has a high explosive shell for anti-infantry. It doesn't have any machine guns or similar, and it's high explosive mist, as you can see. So it sucks against infantry. But it's kind of the point, it's meant to deal with tanks. Almost getting very close here. She probably target the one back there. Ooh, too late. One of them is down, though. And Stu got that flank as well. Jumbo is very tough though, so it'll last for a long time. Unless it gets unlocked as penetrations like that. Or that Jagdpanzer is doing a big job on it. Last shot missed. And there it goes. Sturmtiger fires again. 105 Sherman has lost its gun. And the Jagdpanzer keeps creeping up. Valorian's pushing up as well. And a 105 Sherman down. Truly a bloodbath right here. And it's been going on for a while, hasn't it? We even have the Russian SS called in. Unique battle group available to SS Panzerjäger to show up the front line. Russians, basically Russians, I believe, that have been conscripted to forcefully fight for the Germans. Which was a common thing on the Eastern Front, by the way. Using Eastern Europeans against the Soviets. Including Russians themselves. As I believe these guys are Russians. But I may be wrong on that.
Combat unit ready. Ready to go.
Oh, the Americans are just running out of stuff.
Ready.
They still have Whitey White, who is pretty healthy unit-wise. They just need to push with it, and if they can push through up here, they can basically overrun the German flanks, I feel like. Russians being used to set up sandbags, which is a pretty decent use of them.
We can now establish a forward HQ.
Yeah, the Americans need to push through up here somehow if they can.
Armor here.
Well, the artillery shells keep landing. We're pushing up here, but it might be facing a lot of trouble, especially against the Jagdpanzer. And another Sturmtiger shot, immobilizing him. And deafening us. Jumbo down. This is a very weird battle. Oh, the German vehicles start to just lose all their traction towards the artillery. Artillery call in here.
We are losing Soldaten.
And we have stormtroopers just slowly taking up the front line now for the Panzerjäger side. I'm not sure who's going to win this still, it's just so even. It's both sides are taking tremendous losses. But I feel like if the Americans could just push through at one point, it will be over for the Germans. As the Americans are just still bringing in the Shermans and everything. The Germans can just also push through somewhere. I think it's over for the Americans. Like, it's very hard to judge.
Command half-track has been permanently established as a static post.
The Jagdpanzers are definitely proving their worth against the normal Sherman 76s. The ones that aren't jumbos. Some of the jumbos have the frontal armor to be sustainable against the Jagdpanzers. Americans are trying to push for the center here. But the Sturmtiger is probably ready on the horn. Where is it? Let me see what the Sturmtiger is. It's all the way back here, okay. Probably aiming for a shot around here when the Americans get into positions. But there's mines! Very smart. Lucas meanwhile hiding here somehow. Now, will they waste it on one American rifleman score? Probably not. Oh, this jumbo's getting on the flank here. One struck down. And this Jagdpanzer cannot turn. But the Sturmtiger is firing. Overshot. I believe this could be the end of the German defense. Germans also trying to push up here meanwhile. One Panzerfaust right there. Yeah, I think this might be the German defense. The Americans are pushing through. The Germans on long terms are just too much. And the Germans just keep pushing through here. And that's another jumbo about to go down, I feel. Yep. But I guess the American tenacity seems to have paid off here. They just keep on coming. They don't stop coming. Well, that should really be a Soviet thing. The German front line is just completely in tatters now. It's still the Sturmtiger, but that alone is not going to save them. Two anti-infantry grenades. That's the thing most German tanks can do, actually. I think there's nothing wrong at this point for the Germans to throw in the towel, because the Americans are just going to keep pushing onwards. Yeah, at this point the Germans pull back. They've lost this. Look at all the damage and carnage that's been happening here. Holy shit. I hope you all enjoyed this industrial symphony. I'll see you in the next one, everyone. Bye bye.